who come to this happy place, welcome.
What is it about Disney that makes us happy? Is it the magical whistle as your ticket is scanned at the main gate? Is it the seafaring smell of pirate water? Or is it charting a course to a land where you may never grow up? Whether it's singing a familiar song, watching a movie, or riding your favorite attraction for the 100th time, Disney undeniably has a way to warm our hearts, believe in magic, and bring joy into our lives. This is Main Gate Magic, a podcast where we break down and discuss the infectious happiness, delight, and thrill of all things Disney.
And beyond!
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another amazing episode of Main Gate Magic. And I'm just going to jump right into it. We have the pleasure of having a person I've met a few times at a few cons. And I know I meant to ask you on the show a long time ago. You agreed a long time ago, but I'm so happy that you're here. Ladies and gentlemen, give a warm welcome and a big round of applause to our friend, Mr. James Mulligan. James, pleasure to have you on our show.
I hope there's a roar. Yay! There is a
roaring applause. Yeah, it's a little delayed.
Got it.
Our audience has, they need time to wake up,
That's the peanut gallery. That shows how old I am. Is that I know what the peanut gallery is. So.
I have referred to them as the peanut gallery before. It's not just you, sir. So yeah, thanks for taking time out of your schedule to be on our show. I really appreciate it, and I'm really happy to see you again. I wish I could be in California to see you at the shows again, but I have moved off to Texas, but I will be back someday.
I love Texas. I was just in Texas, actually. I just did a show in Houston.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I had a layover in Dallas last week, so I don't know if that counts or not. But no, Texas is great.
Yeah, Dallas is, I think, like 4 or 5 hour drive from where I am. That's the only time that I've ever been there too, is during a layover. And Ryan was in Texas recently as well, right, Ryan?
Yeah, I was just this past weekend.
Not too far from where I am, but
you get some good barbecue.
I did get some good barbecue. I remember I moved there when I was about 10. Lived there till I was 19, and there was a place that me and my friends would go in high school called Smokehouse Barbecue. Genuinely tasted the exact same. It was so good. I was there for a longtime friend's wedding, which was amazing and beautiful, and I'm still just smiling about it, getting to see her and her family. So it was a great trip. Texas, good barbecue and good Mexican too.
Yes. Ooh, we have great Mexican in California.
Yeah.
So we also have one other thing to address. Now, James, I know before we started this show, I said this show is all about you, but I do have to address the elephant in the room, or in this case, it is the Ben in the room. It is Ben's birthday today, so everybody wish Ben a very, very, very happy birthday. We're going to have to play the song too, because it's got to be done.
Birthday Ben.
Of course.
Thank you. Birthday Ben. James, if it was your birthday, I'd be doing the same thing. So,
yay!
Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Ben.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we got a couple people in the chat. There will be comments coming in. Hopefully, a lot of them. We usually get a pretty good list of comments and questions from our peanut gallery. So we're going to go ahead and say hi to a couple people there. The Autograph King is the one that said happy birthday, Ben. He says hi, James. We have a new watcher. I don't believe I've recognized this one before. Grim Movie Watcher X says yay.
All right.
And says looking forward to this. Me too. And Odie's in the house. He says happy birthday, Ben. All right.
Thank you, Odie.
So let's just go ahead and get started off. James, where are you from? Did you go to school for art? How did you get into being so creative and artistic and eventually get to Disney?
So I'm a California kid. If you guys can see, I'm still in California. Sort of. We
beach.
Yes, that is the beach. We are.
It's kind of washed out, but yeah, I think
oh, there it is. I can see the sand.
Wow.
If you see any random like rollerbladers, that's what's going on. I don't. Yeah.
Fair.
So I'm I'm a California boy, and my mom was a 4th and 6th grade elementary school teacher. My dad was a carpenter. I ended up leaving home early when I was 15, and I like started working in a scenery company. I was, peeling mildew out of paint buckets and cleaning out brushes and sweeping up floors. I started in theater. I didn't want to be a kid actor. I wanted to be an actor when I was a kid, and I ended up doing like a couple of TV pilots, and a lot of theater. I wanted to to do the Broadway route, and I performed all the way up through like my 30s, but I also was doing the whole art thing because I didn't know any better. I didn't know anything else. So um, my background really, I would say, is scenic design for theater. I wanted to be an animator, but that was 24 frames a second. It was just too much math for me. So then I went, yeah.
Math is
So then
hard.
I went into, yeah. And then I figured, well, I'll just be a comic book artist then. And I just realized if I ever drew Spider-Man, Spider-Man's a nightmare to draw with all those webs. So then I thought, you know what, I'll go into, development, doing some stuff with feature, fine art, collectibles, and it kind of just expanded and it turned into all of the above. I miss doing theater. I miss performing. But I have too many houses to pay for now, so now I just paint.
Well, and you
so.
got real estate on the beach. That's some serious property to pay for right there.
Yeah,
In California, no
Yeah.
less.
Right.
I know. That's why I don't get much downtime, but it's good. It's fun. I love what I do. So.
That's good.
That's fantastic. So what you mentioned that you were actually in some pilot episodes. What were those? Are you able to remember?
Yeah, I did an early pilot for Saved by the Bell, the new class, which was a huge bomb. And I went on a zillion auditions as a kid. And then I did a couple of like short films. I did a couple of features, just tiny little parts in some features. But most of my stuff was theater. I mean, I did a national tour of Beauty and the Beast back in 2001, I guess. I did Jekyll Hyde. I did Les Mis. I did Chris and Miss Saigon in the LA cast. So while I was doing all that theater stuff, and I realized I kind of want to like have kids and like have a life that I can afford. And I was born deficient of the dancing gene. So I wasn't going to be, third chorus boy from the left with an amazing pot of beret. That just wasn't my thing. So
the dancing thing, that's something that is real because I have it too. I mean, I've never been officially diagnosed, but thank God I can now tell my wife this thing.
Yeah. So I kind of could sort of move when forced to, but I joked that if there wasn't like a barricade or a helicopter in the show, I didn't sing from it. I was one of those guys. So I was privileged. I didn't dancing in the shows I did. But I literally would be painting like in my dressing room, and go back after the show and paint in my hotel room. And be working on stuff that I knew would be published and going into galleries. And it just really kind of morphed into that. So I miss performing though. So if anybody needs a good Sky Masterson, I've done it like 10 times. So.
You and I might have to talk because I'm actually trying to get into theater out here. I really want. I'm a voice actor, and I've been told I need to get more experience.
I was just telling Charlotte what an amazing voice. You have a great voice, like this.
Oh, thank you.
Those deep tones I wish I had.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, James. Leia's got a quick question for you. Then we have a couple from the Peanut Gallery. So Leia, fire away.
Yeah, James, my question for you is, when you first started drawing, what types of things were you drawn to, like initially, that like doodles, or like when did you first kind of figure out,
Oh
wow, I like
gosh. So
drawing?
my favorite artist in the world is JC Leyendecker. Who hold on. I have to show you guys this. This is cool. So I know it's very random, but
No, we love the excitement.
this is crazy because I never thought I would own it, but I actually own an original JC Leyendecker.
Oh wow!
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
This is
That
what
That
this
is
is.
stunning.
That's JC Lyen. So that's the stuff that I used to dream of when I was a kid. Is observing Leyendecker and Gibson, and N.C. Wyeth and Maxfield Parrish, and sort of turn of the century illustrators. I have a couple of Gibson girls too. So that's my vice is art I can't afford. But that's what I did. I literally would like pour over books with early turn of the century illustrators, and the masters of contemporary art like Drew Struzan and of course Mark Davis. Sleeping Beauty is one of the greatest films that I think has ever been made, and the art of Mark Davis, knowing that Mark Davis could draw Aurora and also Maleficent and also like Pirates of the Caribbean later, is just so astounding to me that one man could do all that. And it was encouraging because, again, as a theater kid, I started out like doing scenery, and then I always loved painting and drawing people, but I had a really hard time with it. But then I found Mark Davis could do both, and if he could discipline himself to do both, that I could as well. I'm still learning, of course, but Mark Davis is a master. So to answer your question, I ripped off as much J.C. Leyendecker and Mark Davis as I possibly could, and continue to as much as possible.
Awesome.
So,
Love that. James, are there any theaters around you where you could, in your just off time, like join a part or a cast?
I would love to. I've spoken to some producers. There's a wonderful theater down in Temecula, which is still not close to me, but it's down in Temecula, California. I'm gonna give them a little plug at the Old Town Temecula Theater there. And they've talked about having me in for a show. The problem is it's just schedule. It's just schedule, but we're gonna figure it out. I'm convinced.
Yeah, you're a busy guy.
Rooting for you. Theater's
Yeah.
amazing, and drawing too. Do both.
I'll be I'll be sketching while I'm backstage. So.
Hey, you're right. Exactly. We're going to go to the audience now and ask a couple questions. The first one comes from our friend, we'll just call him Grim. So Grim asks, what was a theater highlight for you? What do you remember as being something that was a favorite thing for you when you
Miss Saigon? I mean, I love doing doing Chris and Miss Saigon was definitely that was a huge it was a real gift to be able to do that show and to be able to sing Bublé and Schoenberg. I mean, I did Les Mis at the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh wow!
And I got to do like Brian Stokes Mitchell and Melora Hart. Actually, Jan from The Office, Melora Hardin, was so she was Fantine in that show. Who else was in it? Like Lea Michele was Eponine. God, that was it was a great cast. It was a great cast. But yeah, getting to do that show was it was amazing. And getting to do two different shows from those composers, it's a real gift for any actor. I mean,
I've seen productions from the Hollywood Bowl. One of my favorites, one of my most recent favorites was two different ones actually. Then when they brought the crew back together to do the Familia song from Encanto.
I think Richard Kraft. Richard Kraft produces a lot of those shows and those Disney concerts, and Richard is a huge Disney nerd. He also happens to be Danny Elfman's agent. So, Richard, when they do like Nightmare Before Christmas at the Hollywood Bowl, that's Richard Kraft that is producing that, and he brings in the big guns. He's a close friend of mine. He's great. He's also a big Disney collector. So.
And that was going to be my second one, was when they brought the cast together for the Nightmare Before Christmas, reunion before, unfortunately, a couple of the, cast member has passed away,
Yeah,
which happened
Paul.
within the last couple of years.
Yeah, Paul Rubens passed, and Ken passed as well.
Mm-hmm.
Who was
And
Oogie Boogie.
Catherine O'Hara as well.
Catherine O'Hara too.
O'Hara.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
know.
I know.
It's very sad.
So I think
Question about-
I might have seen the last one of those because they did it at the one of the big arenas out here. I don't want to say the wrong place, but it was wonderful, and I think I might have seen the last one where everybody was together. So
Wow.
it's really special.
Hey,
Mhm.
Jason is online. He's from Signs of Amusement. He says, because of Mark Davis's work, it's one of the reasons I've always been drawn to Disney. That's a really big compliment.
Yeah. Well, of
Yeah.
course, his wife Alice Davis, she did all the costumes for Pirates of the Caribbean, and she actually posed. There's shots of like Alice Davis kind of posing as Aurora and twirling in the dress so he could get the fabric stuff right. So
Oh wow.
it's pretty neat.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
James,
right,
I have
next-
a question
oh.
for you. I saw Miss Saigon when I was in high school, and there was a song that I loved so much, and I used to sing the duet. It's like they're singing about you are sunlight, and I
You are sunlight and
Yes!
I'm.
And
Yeah.
Lance
What the-
wanted to sing
It
it.
sings
Wow.
too.
It's
The
sings.
Wow.
Did you sing the duet? Was that your part?
Yeah, I played Chris.
Oh,
Wow.
It's funny. So in that show, there's a gentleman named Ramin Karimloo. So Ramin did Phantom at the Royal Albert Hall. I think he's one of the best Phantoms ever. He's amazing. He also originated Love Never Dies. So Ramin and I had the same Kim. Like I had Kim right after him. So it was we both shared the same Kim. So we got to bond over that. I've known Ramin for a lot of years. But yes, I played Chris in that show. I joke it was a 6-pack ago. But, that show is no joke. You are running like crazy, and it is no carb land for a long time if you're doing that show. So
I bet.
I can imagine. Yeah.
very
Yeah.
emotional. I remember very emotional.
Great show.
story.
It's
Yeah.
such a beautiful show, and there's a number in there called Buidoy, about which means it's thinking about the dust of life and these children that were left behind in the war, that all these American, and French and all these GIs, they came over and they had children with a lot of the Vietnamese women there, and they got out. So during the fall of Saigon, a lot of the GIs left, and this whole society of half breeds is what they called them, the Buidoy, were left behind. So if you ever get a chance to watch this number called Buidoy, Buidoi, from that show, it's one of the most powerful numbers. I had to go on, and I was like in the wings watching this number backstage every night and just streaming tears.
Oh God.
Because they the way that it's done, typically is they'll present actual footage from the Vietnam War during that number, and it's real kids,
Oh,
and a lot of those kids are like in their 50s and
gosh.
60s.
Yeah.
But it's really powerful. So
That would
thanks
get
for
me
mentioning
too.
Miss Saigon, because it's such a
Yeah.
really good show.
Yeah.
To watch
right.
that
We're-
part again.
We got a couple more questions here. We're gonna bring in Shamim. Have you met Shamim before? The Autograph King?
Yes. I've
Yeah.
autographed that post. He's got a giant poster autographed by everybody in the world, and I've autographed that.
Yep.
I'm a tiny,
You and me
tiny
both.
piece.
Yeah, I've signed that and a basketball that he has as well.
Yeah.
As well as a few other pictures here and there. Well, he's watching the show, and he actually has a couple
Wow.
questions for you. We're going to
Hey,
do a
Shamim.
two-parter here.
Yeah.
So the first question is, if you remember your first autograph request, and number 2, if you could meet anyone living or dead, photo or signature. Also, thank you for being my friend. See you at Rose City Comic Con, he says.
I
So
think I'll be at Rose City. Yeah.
yeah. So question number 1, first autograph request. Do you remember?
First autograph request.
That's a tough one.
That's a great one. I remember my first event at, let's put it this way. I don't remember my first autograph request. I remember my first event at Epcot for the festival, because I was there I think when they did it the first year.
Oh wow.
I was sort of the face of the festival, because I was performing live on stage in front of Spaceship Earth when the fountain was there.
Oh, nice.
And I remember It was 190 degrees outside.
Sounds
Sounds
right.
right. Sounds
Yeah.
right.
And I was on stage, and then there was a rainstorm while I was starting to paint, but I needed to still get it finished.
Oh no.
So
Mhm,
and it was so that was a very special event. And I remember that going after to the event booth. I was signing with Disney Fine Art at the time, and the queue of people waiting to get things signed. It was so special, and I was so touched. The fact that they would wait in the rain to get stuff signed, only to find that my pen didn't work because it was soaked with soaking wet.
Oh, no.
I'm kidding. We found it.
Almost
We found a dry Sharpie somewhere.
I'm sure
That's
they had one available.
But I remember that. So that was really special.
mhm.
My gosh, that's a
Living
great.
or dead, photo or signature.
I mean, I loved. Who wouldn't love to have met Walt?
Oh
But
my God.
I feel like there's people in my life and in all of our lives now that have connected with Walt that we might have met, that we sort of feel like we have a little piece of Walt in our lives. I know, like I got to know Richard Sherman really well, of the Sherman brothers, and
Oh my
Richard was like,
gosh. You're
I
killing
I
me.
I miss him every day.
Oh,
I loved him dearly, and he was. I mean, him and Tony Baxter, who's very much still with us, thank God.
yes.
Yeah.
I would say that, I mean, that was like the closest to Walt that I could have ever had, was and hearing his stories of Walt.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I would have loved to have met Walt, but I think I also feel really privileged to have gotten to know people and to meet people in my life that sort of have been surrogates for that.
Mhm.
So I guess that's a fair. I don't know if that's a fair answer or not. I mean,
I-
yes, I would
well-
love to have I would have loved to have met Jesus and Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, there's
All right,
lots.
so
but
here, let's make it
I-
simpler. Gun to your head. You come and meet Walt, and you can either get a photograph with him or get his autograph. Which would you want?
Oh, a photo.
There you go.
I have Walt's autograph. I
You've
have a
answered the
photo.
question. You're good.
Yeah.
No, fair enough.
Yeah, I like getting autographs only because of the fact that, I mean, that not only proves that I actually met the person, but it's something that kind of, lasts a little bit longer. To me, the personal interaction, seeing that person face to face, and even if it's just having like a 5-second conversation,
Yeah.
perfect for me. Perfect. I like the
Yeah,
autographs for some reason.
I've never been starstruck except for one time, and it was when I met Paul McCartney super accidentally,
Oh,
and
Wow.
that was really weird because it wasn't so much that it was just really surreal. It was totally surreal because the embodiment of the music that all of us love, and it's such a huge part of world history now,
yeah.
to see that there's something that inhabits a human being. That was weird. And I'm
Mhm.
sure I
We're
would
gonna
be
have
like
to
that
start-
with Walt. I would completely lose my mind. I couldn't.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always said that if I could time travel, I would want to go not only to the opening day of Disneyland to see the dedication speech, but actually to meet Walt, shake his hand. I mean, I know he was probably busy as like hell, like
Yeah.
going around the park and broadcasting and everything. But just to see him, shake his hand, say hello, say thank you,
Same.
hands down, would have loved to
And
do
you'd
that.
buy lots of Disney stock opening day, I'm sure.
Yes,
Mhm.
and I'd probably buy multiple opening tickets and preserve them as best
Yeah.
I could.
And an electric fan.
Yes, right. I have to probably take that back from the future, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
I
was
came
gonna
to California to visit Jason, and we went to MouseCon, and he took me to San Francisco area, the Walt Museum. And when
Isn't
we
it
walked
amazing?
at the very end, I didn't even see it coming. I just started crying because
Yeah.
it felt like the closest you can get to Walt, seeing his signatures in his briefcase, and like hearing he ate
Niagara
beans and
Falls.
hot dogs for lunch. He never
Mhm.
changed, even when he got rich. And
Hot dogs for lunch. Wow, I forgot about that.
yeah,
Well, and that-
That's how we got the trash can distance, wasn't it?
Was
Him
that-
eating a
was
hot
that
dog, he
right?
determined
Yep,
that the trash
Oh,
cans
okay.
needed to be
Yeah.
a certain number of steps because that's how long it took him to eat
that
a
is
hot
the
dog.
lore.
Yeah, that does sound
Exactly.
right. Yeah.
That's why there's so many of them around the park, because he wanted them just the right amount of distance from the time he started eating a hot
There's
dog.
actually a really neat story going back to Richard Sherman. So for the opening of the Walt Disney Family Museum, Richard was there, of course, and there were a bunch of us that had gone to the opening for that. And Richard kept feeling like he had a really just weird deja vu. And he said, I swear, I said, well, it was brand new. It's not, I mean, it's just this, it's in the Presidio. It's this beautiful brick building. It was all brand new. And um, come to find out, when he came back from the war, he and Bob, his brother, stayed in that exact barracks
Yes.
upon their return. And years later, they put it in the Walt Disney Family Museum, where they have a little section on the Sherman brothers. So it's just,
There's actually a photograph, I think, of them standing out in front of that, like in the
yeah,
front of the museum. Yeah. So
Disney
it's definitely
Disney
a comment.
magic.
Oh, everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. It's the reason why we do this show.
Yeah.
Okay, couple more questions from the audience. There's actually, this one's it might be a little difficult, but I'm just going to go ahead and pop it up there. What was the low point in your career for you, and how did you come out of it? This is a challenge, so if you want to talk about
it had to be. It had to be 100% all the AI stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
It was last year. I don't want to go too into it because I don't want to sound insulting, but there was a person that said that my work was all AI. And then just recently, just a few months ago, an artist boldly stated that my work was AI, created by AI. And then when presented with like the literal front and back hand painted piece, decided to make a statement that, well, he created it with AI, but then repainted an exact copy down to every centimeter by hand. And that's how he got away with this. So that had to be the low point, but I also am really kind of grateful for it because it gave me a perspective that I didn't have before. And it gave me a lot of it gave me a real desire to research, sort of like, okay, well, where are we now? Where do we sit in the art world with the advent of AI, and what is it that I need to be focusing on? Because AI's here. You're either going to be, run over by the steamroller, or you're going to be driving the steamroller, controlling it in some way. So it really, it was a huge learning experience for me, and I'm grateful. I've come out the other side of that. But now it's really frustrating because, I think AI can be very damaging to artists, but I also think that the AI accusations can be even more damaging to artists, because then
100%.
artists, instead of focusing on creating beautiful work, artists now are almost expected to show how they do everything, like behind the scenes, which I've always been an open book. People can go on my Instagram. They can see me painting live, start to finish. It's not some great mystery. But for a lot of artists, it feels super intrusive. It's almost like, hey, open up your laptop. Let me see your emails with your boss, from complete strangers.
Yeah.
So it's a weird, we're in a really weird space right now. But that was definitely the low point, but also I think kind of a high point, because for example, I just recently completed a large Disney project, and they stated pretty clearly that they didn't really have a preference about whether I did it digitally or traditionally. But I said, no, I am 100% doing this traditionally. It's going to be hand painted. And now I have the huge originals available that are going to be going to auction. But I also wanted to honor so many of these films that were created completely by hand by just these armies of traditional artists before the advent of computer, many of them. And I wanted to really honor that. So it's encouraged me to work even harder on my traditional art, and to continue to do more traditional art. So
Do you think that there's more of a demand of people wanting to know if things are created AI nowadays than say, like, for new artists versus a artist that's been around for a few years, like you? Like, you're more established with originals because you've been doing art since before AI was really even a thing.
right. I think that a lot of don't have the discernment to really, because first of all, I just say I don't have the discernment to tell whether something is AI necessarily or
Oh,
not.
it's almost impossible to tell nowadays.
Sometimes, the days of like pointing out, oh, he's got 6 fingers on one hand, which doesn't
Right.
work for the Princess Bride, by the way. Uh,
Not 6-fingered man.
yeah, but those days are done. I can't really tell. There's some stuff, you see like, and let me make this caveat. You see these mom and pop shops, like we live in a little beach town, right? There's mom and pop shops that have like a sign for an ice cream social, and it's so obviously AI. There's literally an army of people on, Blue Sky that would come out and call for burning down that shop because this mom and pop shop didn't hire someone like me for $5,000 to design a logo for them for their ice cream social.
Wow.
So it's gotten so patently absurd that it also has caused a lot of artists, I think, that may be using it, I don't know, to go farther underground because they don't want to get death threats. So I think, again, I don't have the expertise to really tell what AI is. I don't know how some of these kids that are like, digitally tracing anime characters have the expertise to tell, because that's the hugest sort of contingency, is a lot of these kids that they don't really paint anything traditionally themselves. So most of these people that make these accusations are not painting oil paintings, so I think that there is a huge thing, and they're just like anything these days. Getting attention is a huge dopamine hit for a lot of these kids.
Definitely.
They don't get attention from creating artwork that the world wants, so they can get attention from sort of trying to burn people at the stake over something that they think they should have a voice about. So
yeah, it's sad, but I totally hear what you're saying, and that happens everywhere, not just with people, accusing somebody of forgery, plagiarism, AI art, whatever it may be. It's just an unfortunate part of the world. It makes me sad, but we know it's out there. We know it's real. I think the most important thing is probably how you got through it. You've got support. You've got
and I think that
you know the truth. You know the truth, and that's, I think, what is the most important thing.
I also think for a lot of these young people, if there's any way to sort of bounce back and encourage them to learn to take some painting. I mean, YouTube University is amazing to learn to paint in oil and to paint in acrylic and to draw graphite with graphite. And make those mistakes and learn to paint watercolor. I paint regularly live on Instagram, and I fully encourage people to watch my lives. I even paint Lorcana cards live on Instagram, so people can see how I do it. They can see my full process. And I think if people really dive into working traditionally, right now, traditional artwork is starting to really go crazy. I think that's why, like with the recent Tops series that I did with Disney Chrome, the art of Disney in that has just, it's exploded because people can tell that it's done traditionally, and people are wanting something that's really tangible, that's not just staring at a screen. We know that Disney's got a real problem with things that are screen based these days. So,
Definitely.
So I think people are craving something that's a little more tangible and traditional.
Okay, so we have a few more questions in the audience. You did talk about Lorcana. That's a perfect segue, because we have a couple of questions about Lorcana.
Yeah.
And I want to start showing off some of the stuff that you do, because I know that people listen to this show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, things like that. But this is also a visual show for those who are watching live and want to watch it back on YouTube. So you got to show off your work, dude. We got to show it off.
Or you can just describe it for those that are driving.
I usually do. Exactly. I usually do, but I always encourage people to watch the show back on YouTube under the live category, because
tell people it looks just like a Mark Davis.
Wow, we're feeling good about ourselves today, aren't we?
I didn't say you'd be honest, but
Okay, so let's see. While I'm pulling up the first one, which let's see, let's show this one here first. This is the White Rabbit.
Yes, that was a very fun card to do.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I have
so
3 of
cute.
them total to show, and I'm gonna go ahead. You got oohs and ahs from the gallery here. The Autograph King, Mr. Shamim, wants to know what's your favorite Lorcana Disney card that you've designed?
Well, was the first one No, the first one was Chef. So that Chef was actually really cool because there was no precedent. There was no like model sheet or anything for Chef. So I literally went to
You
the
mean this one?
blessed that one right there. Hopefully you have a cough button. Roger Allers, God rest his soul, who was a co-director on Beauty and the Beast. I literally went to Roger and his daughter Leia, and I'm like, okay, do we have any model sheets on this at all? I went to Rick Farmelo, Rick animated on it. I went to Don Hahn, who produced it. I said, do we have anything on this Chef? Because I can't find much reference at all. And they said, no, there's just like, we don't. I think the guy who voiced it also like drew it up, and it was such a quick thing. We don't have anything for it. So, I had to basically try to create elements of where the chef came from different screenshots, and the Disney Lorcana team was great in getting me some red lines for him, and we did some corrections. But it was my first time really designing a character that's now canon in the set. So there was no sort of presentational design for him. And now if you go to like the Disney Paris hotel on the buffet upstairs, he's the star of it. So and it's very similar to my
laugh in
design.
my head when they open the door. Whoa!
Yeah. And on the Tokyo Disney, the Beauty and the Beast ride in Tokyo Disney, there's a huge chef there, as you're waiting in the queue. So he's become a bit of a star since Lorcana, which I'm very proud to have been a teeny tiny part of.
Hey, that's the amazing part of Disney Magic as well. I mean, characters you thought were just sort of, obscure and you don't really remember them as well. They kind of come out of the woodwork when it comes to fan art and things like this, Lorcana, or even just artists work in, say, a shop in downtown Disney, something like that. It
these little
brings
obscure
it back
characters.
out. Yeah, it's incredible how people revitalize those.
It was
Absolutely.
great.
Yeah.
But I love doing Flounder as well. If you look carefully, if you look carefully on Flounder, there might be a little hint of a certain mermaid friend of him in the background.
Oh, I see the hair. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very subtle.
Nice.
And yes, to answer many questions, yes, there are hidden Mickeys in there as well. So
what?
Oh, wow. Oh,
okay, now I'm looking.
I'm guessing.
I see it in the bubbles.
Yeah, I was gonna say the bubbles because wasn't that also part of the original movie? They had like multiple bubbles as like hidden Mickeys in the movie. I don't know. I can't remember, but
that was a fun one to try to hide without making it too obvious.
Yeah,
that's totally fair.
It's his bottom right fin, right? It's in the middle little.
I think I snuck a few in there. I snuck a few.
Yeah, I might see where this is not the best quality. It's just a screen grab, so. Yeah. And for those who are watching or excuse me, that are just listening, we were talking when we said the chef, we were talking about the chef from Beauty and the Beast. I know I didn't describe it, but
the title is Chef Bouche, which is interesting because Chef Bouche.
Like Amuse Bouche?
Well, Madame La Grande Bouche is the giant wardrobe. That's her name. And so I thought maybe it's not been confirmed, but if you ever wondered who Chip's dad was.
Okay.
We actually talked about that on an episode once. I feel like that the Beast, I think somebody said the Beast might be the Chip's dad somehow.
Well, I'm not
it's
sure.
Some kind of it was a crazy obscure reference that I know probably was not right, but
It's a
wait. Oh, what happened? I didn't mean to do that.
Oh.
Here, let's go back to our main stage here for now.
There we go.
Oh no. She's still terrible.
Yeah,
James,
Ryan's got this like
question
max
for you.
headroom.
So,
yes.
like Flounder, what art style did you use to draw that? Was it paint or?
So I work with pencils first, so I'll come back in and I'll play with pencil, and then it moves into digital pencil to get a really clean really clean line work.
Mhm.
And then it'll go here. Hold on, I'll show you guys. This
Oh,
is
I'd love to see.
Ooh,
I love
behind
the
art and
scenes.
so
drawing.
this is the back. This is what the back of something like this looks like. But then
Right.
you guys should.
Oh my
This is
god.
just a very.
Ah.
Oh,
So that's just water.
Okay.
It's not done. It's far from done. But
Okay.
But it's
Still
just-
amazing.
it's
I know.
clean. I'll do the color. So like something like that. I'll do pencil work and then do color, and then I'll come back in and really do clean lines. And sometimes I'll clean them up digitally, because I can get a really nice clean line digitally that I wouldn't be able to get. So most of the time what I'll do is I'll paint traditionally, I'll scan it in, and then I'll work digital on top of that to clean up any little things, because sometimes when I'm painting on canvas there will be a thread or a hair or a little bump in the canvas that
Right.
that will not read well for large scale published work. So for example, if I may, have we brought up any of the new Disney Chrome yet?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I'll show you. These are cards that we've pulled. I'm still looking for stuff, but I have not pulled all of my cards yet. But these are cards that we've obtained through purchase or luck. But this is, for example, this is the
Okay.
beautiful-
Okay.
Wow, look at
What a
that.
card.
Oh,
They
she's
just did for-
stunning.
I
yeah,
actually
thanks. She turned out
have
really pretty.
that one right here.
Oh, there you
there
go.
Oh,
It's
she's
better than
so-
my card.
Yeah.
That
Tell
is
me which ones you have next. I have other
stunning.
ones as well.
You can show them all. There's 10 of them, so it might take
I don't
you a
think
second.
I have all 10, but is Dumbo one of them?
Dumbo, yeah.
You got
There's a
Dumbo
dark. There's a dark wing.
That's the
Oh,
next
Oh
one
my
I have
goodness,
too.
Darkwing,
Yes.
yes.
Love it, love it, love it.
Oh, my millennial heart.
And I've got a Fox and the Hound.
nice.
that
Go
movie
ahead
has
and
some
show that
heart.
one. I actually did not.
Do I have Fox and
Get
the
it.
Hound? Hold on, I gotta
Copy
look.
them. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
here they are. This is really bad lighting, but maybe you guys can find it and attach it after the fact. So this is cool because I'm good friends with Keith Coogan, who is the voice of little Todd. In
Oh, wow.
Where's the Fox and the
I
Hound?
know.
That movie makes me
Oh,
cry.
Todd and
It's,
Copper. Oh, man.
it's one of the saddest Disney movies.
I
It
know.
is. It really is.
When she
Yeah,
drives
I've,
away from him and takes his collar off, I'm like, my heart.
Oh,
I know, it's heartbreaking. So there's a funny story on a few of these. So there was a little bit of a deadline issue on this, and I was in Tokyo, and I had none of my art material with me. So I needed to get some of them done a little sooner than I had expected originally. So I ended up painting them in my hotel room at Tokyo Disney, like overlooking Tokyo Bay. And
wow.
that was one of them that I finished. And I finished the Zootopia one there as well.
Well, bam.
What else? What other
Oh, hey,
one?
Nick
Oh,
and
and
Judy.
Alice.
Nice.
Yeah, Nick and Judy. And then there's an
Oh.
Alice piece. There she is.
That one's
That
cool
one
too.
there as well. So
Wow.
all
this
of those
one.
I did like
Beautiful.
I finished all of those in my hotel room in overlooking Tokyo Bay. I had to like go to Sakaido, which is this amazing Japanese art store, and I
Okay.
picked up materials and finish it there. But it was an adventure, but we got it done.
There you go. And again, you got to make an adventure out of it. So
Yeah, it was a really special memory, and it's Winnie the Pooh's 100th. So
Oh yeah, that's right.
I was originally I was working with the Disney team on it. We were discussing what my series was going to be, because what they told me that there was going to be the Art of Disney series, and I didn't know that I was the only one that was all going to be mine. Which is great, but I also they gave me a little bit of input on what I think it should be. So I said, well, listen, we got to do Pooh Bear because it's Pooh's 100th.
of course.
And they were very much on board for that. So we got a Pooh Bear, and literally last week Jim Cummings was on my balcony out here, and we it was like the day that they launched. So Jim had the big old originals. They're like 3 inches, 36 inches.
Wow.
So yeah. So Jim got to be out here, and so Pooh Bear presented Pooh Bear and Darkwing and Cheshire Cat.
True.
I mean,
Yeah.
all the
With
things.
all those
This
voices.
is a loaded
Exactly.
Oh my
question.
gosh.
This is a loaded question, but When you're given a character, what's your basic process of thinking of the best setup for that character to like encapsulate them in one image on a card?
That's a great question. Um,
Like the Pooh one
Man.
is perfect. I'm holding the blue balloon. Like, what was your process of picking that?
well, at first it was a red balloon, and they said no, it needs to be blue. So
Okay.
that was my process, was just listening to the notes from Disney.
Fair.
But really, I wanted something that was, when I was a kid, hearing that Sherman Brothers song, "I'm just a little black rain cloud." That was such a that was such a core. It was such a core memory moment for me. And like, I remember staying home from school on rainy days and popping in the VHS tape and having like chicken noodle soup from Campbell's.
Oh,
Yeah.
And my brother, we would literally like watch that film, and it was all the Sherman Brothers songs. And so it's so in the sinew of my DNA that there was really no way to extract it. So that's why Pooh has the balloon, because I remember that so clearly, him floating over, having painted himself
Oh,
so he could get the honey
love
from the
that.
bees, wanting the bees to think he was a rain cloud so he could get away with stealing their honey. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Tut,
just,
tut,
Do I
it
need
looks
the
like
bees,
rain.
please?
Tut, tut, it like
yeah,
rain,
we were,
Christopher Robin.
honest to God, going,
Oh, yeah.
we went to Disneyland with Jim last week, and like watching him go up and like hug Pooh Bear, and then watching these parents sort of like imperceptibly slump into like realizing that, oh my God, that's the voice of Pooh, and he's hugging Pooh. It's so touching. It's so surreal and so weird and so totally wonderful. So
I would have cried
Yeah.
probably.
Oh
I think
yeah,
I-
it's still. I see that kind of stuff pretty often, and I still, you never ever get used to it. You never
Yeah.
get used to it. It's always
Yeah.
so enchanting.
Yeah, I think
I
I saw
saw-
that video online actually of him going to see Pooh. So that was
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're
I
talking about.
I think I might have taken that video.
Maybe
Oh, and
you
funny
did.
enough, I saw the one where he was actually, what was he doing? He was in Galaxy's Edge, and he was talking to Chewbacca as
Yeah.
Oh, it's Hondo.
Anaka.
Oh,
I did take.
Anaka, yeah.
I also
yeah.
do cinematography, obviously.
So that was you
There
recording?
you go.
Yeah.
Ah, I love it. I
Yeah.
love
A
it. Come full circle like
multi-talented
that.
person.
So cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ryan has a question, but I just wanted to put one comment on there that was put on there quite a while ago from somebody who said they couldn't stay, but spaceship ears?
Spaceship ears?
Spaceship
Spaceship
ears.
ears.
Says,
There you go.
saying hello, I can't stay, but wanted to give a shout out to Jimmy, who's awesome. We'll catch the replay. John D. Do you know who that is?
I'm not sure, but hi, John.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, John, and thanks for popping the message on the show, and I appreciate the comment. That's awesome. Okay, Ryan, go for it. All yours.
Hello, I'm going to try to do the video. It's terrible. I apologize, everybody. I don't know what's going on. Vegas Wi-Fi is terrible. But so one of mine and my husband's very, very, very good friends is an artist. He's a very talented artist, but he says that when he starts a project, he loves it, and then he continues on. And when he looks at the final product, if he looks at it too long, he starts to hate it. Is that typical of artists? Okay.
Totally. Yeah, of course.
You can't look
Although
at it
there are
too
some-
long.
Yeah, there are some pieces that I've done that I love a whole lot. I look back, I look back on projects I've done, and I'm like, that wasn't like that. I don't think I'm ever gonna get tired of that Moana piece. Like, I think that Moana piece, I think, turned out so pretty. Not because of me, just it's just a
Oh.
beautifully designed character. So the fact that I
Yeah.
was able to even capture a little bit of lightning in a bottle with that was what a huge gift. And it's
Mhm.
touching that I was like that I had that privilege of being able to capture even a moment of that is really special. However, yeah, there's absolutely pieces that I've done that that I detest, that I look back on and think, I know how rushed I try to give myself grace, because some of these things we were so rushed on them, and like I didn't render as much as I should have, and I know if I had had more time and that we'd had more budget for something, then it would have been a lot better. Like for example, I designed the Dante room at the Magic Castle up in Hollywood. And right after the fire, we had a big fire up there, and they came to me and they asked me to redesign the room, so I did, but it needed to be done like now. So I look at it now, and I there's so many things I would do to redo the murals in there and touch things up, and so yeah. But most of them, it really does come down to time and budget. But also it's a constant thing of like, when am I done with this? Is this good enough? Most of the time it's not. I look back and I think I should add a few more curls, but then when does that stop? And some things are simple like that, there's some things where I know what the limitations are, and I know that I'm gonna keep running into limitations. It is what it is. Most of the time the limitations are outside, so again, time and budget. But sometimes I put limitations on myself just because I know how much time I have to work on something, or my eyes are blurry, or I don't have the exact right materials that I want. And I think I'm 20 still, and I'm 48. My eyes are belying that. So it's always a tricky thing.
I have to say, I keep popping this image up because you keep referencing the curls, and you referenced Moana again. That is one of the things that I noticed specifically about this drawing. The hair is beautiful.
Yes,
it is gorgeous. I
Well,
mean, there's
thank
a
you.
lot of great features, but that is just, I mean, it's so defined. It's beautiful. It kind of paints a picture. Way to go, Braden.
but
It shows like where she's at, and that there's wind. It actually gives it more action than anything that I've seen of the other ones before. So I really do love it.
Thank you. And I
hats
have
off.
to give a huge credit to the Disney team on that too, because her hair was just blowing a little straighter, just because I don't have curly hair, so I try to do my best to represent that. But I just kind of did her hair blowing with some curls, and they said no, her hair needs to be much curlier. And so that was definitely a collaborative effort from the Disney team, giving me those notes, and the Tops team.
Yeah.
Amazing job.
Mhm.
Amazing collaboration. Yeah, you did a great job on that. Ryan has a follow-up question.
Yeah.
So very random. Being that you're a California guy, have you ever been to or stayed at the Madonna Inn up in San Luis Obispo?
Yes, and we love it.
Okay.
My favorite is I specifically hold off using the men's room until I get
Yes.
to the Madonna Inn.
The bathrooms.
Yes.
They
So if
are
we're driving,
amazing.
if we're like going to the Dickens Fair and we're driving back down from San Francisco, I don't stop, because I know that we're going to stop at the Madonna Inn for dinner and to use the little boys' room there. And anybody knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But
And yeah.
but to answer your question, yes, we love the Madonna Inn. We usually go there every year with Tony Baxter and Debbie, and we'll stop and grab dinner there, and it is just like Liberace threw up inside, and I love it.
And every room, I think, has a different theme to it, right?
Yeah,
They
there's like the
do, and so
caveman
that was
room.
kind of my question. Like,
Yeah.
do you have a favorite room, and if so, which one? Because we honeymooned there, and then I believe it was our 5th anniversary. Me and my husband, we went back, and so we stayed in 2 different rooms. Do you have a favorite, so that down the line, one of our anniversaries, when I begrudgingly allow him to go back, which would you suggest we stay in?
Well, no, I haven't stayed there. We only go there like as a stop. So
Just
I
for the
love.
bathrooms. Yeah.
I should absolutely stay there. I heard that there's like a Flintstones kind of room there, and
is, yeah.
Oh wow.
like kind of a Sound of Music room, sort of.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like Tyrolean. So we're gonna have to make an effort to stay there. Maybe this year we will.
We've
Maybe this
stayed
year
in the
we will.
honeymoon and the romance room, and they are both
Okay.
fantastic. There was
Those are
one,
two
I
different
can't-
things you'll notice. Honeymoon
There
and
they are.
romance.
Yes, honeymoon and romance.
But they're so
There was- I
wonderfully
can't-
cheesy. I love the names.
It's so over the top and just
love
like
it.
he said, Liberace threw up like it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that you're just like, this is fantastically terrible, but terribly fantastic at the same
One of the
time.
coolest things I had was a total time travel moment. Was we were there with Tony Baxter, and we were sitting there, and it was the weekend of Thanksgiving, so it was kind of Christmas had just kicked off, and all of these kids, they were all clearly like farm worker kids that had come in, and they were all like super clean cut, all really sweet, really polite. It looked like they were straight out of the 50s, and they literally held like a barn dance in the ballroom there. And it was like the girls were all cute and had their hair all done up, and the guys were like really clean cut and sweet and polite. And it was like you stepped back into like 1963.
Oh,
And it was
neat.
Love that.
it was really special.
It's a great place for that. I mean, it
Yeah.
is quite literally a step back in time in certain areas of the hotel. You don't know
Yeah, it was
what
really cool.
decade you're in from one room to the next.
Yeah, that's the charm of it.
It is, definitely. Okay, so I
amazing.
do have one question here from Jason in Science of Amusement. This is a good one here. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. I think everybody is. But did you do any paintings for Adam the Woo?
Oh, yes. And I love
Yeah.
Adam, and I miss Adam. In fact,
Yeah.
on my mantle, I have one of the last photos that Adam and I took together just at Christmas last year at Disney World. Yeah, in fact, I don't think they've announced it yet, but I actually designed his tombstone. So
Oh.
yeah, so that's going to be sort of coming out soon, and his sister Faith was obviously instrumental, and we worked together to design something really special for Adam. So they'll be presenting that soon. But I guess yes, I definitely designed something for the end of his days here, but also he had a number of my pieces. He was a huge Splash Mountain fan. So he had I know that Faith, she called me after he passed, and she's like, "Do you want this Splash Mountain piece?" I said, "No, just keep it." And Justin Scar is a good friend of mine, and we just saw Justin a couple days ago, and like we're all still reeling. It was a huge blow.
It rocked the Disney community completely.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, and you didn't realize how many people really went to Adam for comfort and for just the Daily Woo. It really was a daily thing. But it's just now getting to the point of where we can kind of go back and watch some of his old videos, and it's really special. He's so missed. But thank you for asking about Adam. Adam was a giant among men. I also have a home in Celebration, so it was really weird. Like like one of the last things that Adam and I talked about was like our plans to like decorate for Halloween, because like one year I told him I would do like big Universal Monsters cutouts and put them in my front yard, and then I made new ones. He could like use my old ones in front of his house, and they were able to use after he passed away, they were able to use my storage facility down there, and put all of his Halloween decorations and stuff. So mine was just sitting empty. I had one desk in it. So his family are such dear people, and I think that we'll continue to sort of build on Adam's legacy with that stuff.
That's fantastic, and thanks for doing that for the family too. That's an incredible achievement too.
It's a huge,
What an honor.
huge honor. I can't wait for you guys to see it.
I can't wait either.
Yeah.
You have to. Will you be? You think you might be posting something about it, like eventually?
As soon as Faith posts it, yeah, we'll definitely be sharing it. So
I almost feel like fans need to see that, like for.
Yeah, it's
closure.
It's definitely a tribute to everything that we loved about Adam. Faith, as soon as Faith and his parents are share that, I will absolutely blast that out.
Cool, awesome.
Yeah.
How are you on time? We got a couple more questions. We can.
Good.
Can you go a few more minutes here? You good?
Yeah, a couple more minutes is great. Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so Let's see. Actually, not a question, more statements than anything else. Shamim is back in the house, and he says he's going to bring you a baseball to Rose City Comic Con for you to sign. And he'll see you there.
I will sign it.
Yes. I'm wondering what the baseball, because I mean, I signed a basketball once. I think it's just anything that has a surface he'll bring to you to sign. It doesn't really matter what it is.
I've signed much stranger things than a baseball, so.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. What's the strangest thing?
Let's not talk about that.
What's the strangest PG-13 item you have ever signed?
Oh, gracious.
And did you enjoy it?
I mean, of course, yes. But
I think we made James blush. Everybody.
I'll tell you guys that. I can tell you guys that off the air.
Oh,
okay,
no.
all right.
Fair enough.
Hang around after the show is over, and then you can tell us.
I have signed my signature on plenty of bodies, and then I've had a couple people that have actually gotten it tattooed because they got a piece of my art tattooed. So that was cool.
Very
Okay,
cool.
fair enough.
That was really neat. Yeah.
Very cool.
You know who Mary Gibbs is, right?
I do.
Yeah,
I've known Mary for years.
Yeah, she. You must know the story then, where she actually drew her Randall picture on somebody, and they had it stenciled and tattooed on somebody at a show she was actually at.
That's really cool.
That was one of the
Oh my
greatest stories I
gosh.
remember her talking about, and they showed it afterwards. She posted on social media. It's so amazing because
That's very Mary of her.
Very
Very
Mary.
Mary.
I
Yeah.
love that she got her dad's art on her arm as well.
That's
Oh, yeah.
really special.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be talking about her and a few other people that are going to be coming on next week at the end of the show. So stay tuned, folks. Hang to the end. And then my dad, Odie Braden, he's got a show off. He says, I have to brag a little. Jason is a pretty talented artist in his own right. Ask Gregory the Gregarious Gopher. It's a character that my father wrote a few stories for, I believe, and he wanted me to create an animated character for it. Just pencil sketches, color pencils. I've been drawing since I was little too, and still do it from time to time. It's very rare nowadays because I do this more often than I do anything else, and video games too. It's my wicked, illness. But yeah, I do still like to draw. It's fun.
Well, don't stop.
Jason, I didn't know you draw.
I have a small portfolio. I have an
We need to
envelope
draw
that's about that
together.
thick in my closet that I keep stacking stuff in. So
Sounds
So
like
now
I'll share it
we're-
with you
we're-
guys sometime. I'll share it with you
We're
guys.
Yeah, we
all-
want to
we're
see
all
it. The people have
drawing.
spoken.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
We'll
the
put it on a
three of
future show.
us who have
Right, you do
videos.
too?
I do
Yeah.
not. I do not. No. Stick figures are difficult for me. So the three of you draw, and I know for sure we've heard Ben sing. I know on his Disney cruise. I know Leia
yeah.
and Jason can sing. I can carry a tune in a bucket.
we just got to get you to do it
hopefully-
live.
That'll never happen. How dare you? So but what I'm hearing is we're going to have many opportunities for activities in October when we hopefully all meet up, the drawings and
Yes.
maybe
Yeah.
a karaoke.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh
if
my God, that would be
James
so
can
fun.
make it down to Disneyland, we will extend an invitation.
Yeah, James, we are
Fantastic.
going to be all at Disneyland. I think everybody has been confirmed except for Ben. He's trying to, but he's got other plans as well for the beginning of October. We've never all met face to face before, so it's kind of a little mecca for us to meet in on that week. So
That's
doing
really
our
great.
best, yeah, and it's going to be fun. And we've got other people. I think I've told John Morris he loves to go to Disneyland, and Margot Apostolo, she used to be a Wookiee, or not a Wookiee, an Ewok for Return of the
Yeah.
Jedi. Had
Oh,
her on the
cool.
show. Yeah, had her on the show once before. She's actually going to try to get us into the park with tickets from her retirement plan from Disney because she's a retired cast member.
That's
So
great.
it's a big thing. We're trying to make it a thing. So yeah, I'm telling everybody we can, hey, come and see us at the park.
It's going to be a
Sounds awesome.
huge meetup, everybody. Everybody
Definitely.
come.
Even
The biggest meetup
Mhm.
you've ever seen.
Yep.
Right on. So, okay, couple of closing questions. And since we are on the topic of Disneyland, James, I know you've been. Obviously, we were just talking about you and your trip with
With
Jesus,
Jim.
Jim. I'm like, it can't be Jim. I'm talking to a Jim. No, it is Jim.
All the
Favorite
gyms.
attraction at Disneyland?
Well, it's not pirates anymore.
Oh no! Really? Did it ruin it for you?
Well, we're gonna find out tonight. We're literally headed there in just a few minutes.
Oh, right. I had to remember why. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to get in. I don't want to.
Okay.
Fair. Fair.
I love the Jungle Cruise. Indiana. I'm wearing my Indiana Jones shirt.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I did notice that. I
There we
love
go.
it.
Right.
I designed that
Hey.
for. That was my D23 Indiana Jones shirt for Roosevelt. So
Oh, okay.
I'm wearing my
Yeah.
Indy shirt. So Indiana
Nice.
Jones, Peter Pan's flight is always fantastic.
We just
Yeah.
did a ride through on Peter Pan about
We
a
did.
week or
We
two
did.
Yeah,
ago.
Peter Pan's flight. I would say Jungle Cruise, Indy, and Peter Pan. It was Splash Mountain, but they destroyed that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Also fair.
I still haven't been on it yet. I've been to Disneyland several times since it was made, or refurbished.
It's just
built,
it's
whatever. I
just-
just
they
have
destroyed
no
it.
interest.
They just destroyed it. It's just yeah.
Okay. Favorite snack.
Favorite snack. I mean, a good fresh churro, which is
That's
great.
all that. I mean, it's rare that I get a stale churro at Disneyland. Now you go to the Magic Kingdom, that's a whole nother story.
No,
the
Disneyland's
most
got,
people
they've
will
got
tell you
really
the
good
same.
snacks. You know what? One of our favorite things to do is to go to at Jolly Holiday. They have the combo with the grilled cheese and the tomato soup. I think it's called the Jolly Holiday combo.
Right.
And that's like one of our favorite things. And then now behind across from like by Edelweiss Treats, I think it's called, by Matterhorn, they've got like a really good garlic cheese pole thing. It's super rich, but it's good if you have a couple bites.
Are you talking about the one that's at the Fantasy Fair, like right in front of the castle, where it's Maurice's?
No. It's across from Matterhorn. So there's like a little.
It's a different garlic bread pole thing.
Yeah. It's like a Swiss. There's like a Swiss Chateau snack stand.
No.
Oh, okay.
Like where
Yeah.
the old
Yes.
the Phantom boats used to be.
Yes.
Um,
Okay. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that's my favorite.
Used
That's
to be a
my
smoking
son
area, now
introduced
it's
it to
just,
me. My
Yeah.
son Sawyer introduced it to me, and so I had a couple bites of it, and it's pretty darn good.
You'll have
Okay.
to get one tonight when you go there.
Yeah,
I think
I'm going to
we'll
be
probably do
sending you a
Jolly Holiday.
message. I'm going to be sending you a message tomorrow. You're going to have to let me know how Pirates was, what your personal opinion was, because I've seen videos. I am very skeptical, and I told myself I need to be there to see it and actually.
I'd say
know
the
if I
same
like it or
thing.
not.
Yeah, in all fairness, it's not supposed to be seen in 4K from
No.
5 feet
Right.
away. So I
Sorry,
am
Chris,
taking-
if you're watching.
I am taking that. I'm taking that into account. However, it's just unnecessary. Like of all the stuff that
Yeah.
needs to be fixed, you've got Tomorrowland, and so let's fix something that nobody asked for. It's just I think that they need to get some new blood in there. I'm just gonna say it. So
I think from what I heard from some other friends that they might be testing this as some of the new kind of
Right.
animatronics
So
that they're
you-
going to use for Coco.
so you
is what I've
test it.
heard.
You test it backstage.
Oh.
You tested at Flower Street. That's where you test.
They
I
better
agree,
not.
but I mean, they have different opinions and thoughts about stuff.
Yeah.
They never ask us. Obviously, we would have
Yeah.
said no.
Yeah.
But they just updated the Frozen ride in Disney World from what they've put in Pirates to something better.
Oh, much
Well,
better.
it's really, I got to tell you, it's astounding at Fantasy Springs in Tokyo. The new
Oh
the new
gosh,
Frozen
yeah.
ride there. They're all animatronics,
Right.
and it is so beautifully executed. Same thing in Paris. They did a really beautiful job. So TV heads I thought were done, but oh well.
It's insane that they literally just said, "Oh, everybody hated this at Disney World for Frozen,
It's
so let's introduce it a year
It's
later."
different because the illumination is from exterior and it's not coming from inside the head. So there's always going to be a
Right.
difference in the lighting levels.
Right.
So it's projected onto the head, and the technology is great. There always should be, an extension of growing technology, and to use that in new and exciting ways. So the fact that they're extending technology into breathe new life into attractions is not the
Sure.
problem. I think that they've done that very correctly in a number of ways, but this one was just, I think it was a huge loss.
Yeah,
So-
big miss. A couple more things really quick before we close out. So Shamim says you were invited to his bachelor party.
Thank you.
on Friday, September 4th. It's going to be at Disneyland all day, so if you're available, you're welcome to come, he says.
Thank you. I think I might be in London for that, but I will check.
Oh, okay. Bummer. That sucks. I wish I could go, but I
have all the do everything I wouldn't do, Shamim.
Right, exactly. You go. And last question, Odie wants to know, what kind of dog does James have? You got a dog?
I do not have a dog. I'm not a cat person. I'm a dog person, 100%. But we have 4 cats because
oh my god.
We found one on the beach that he needed a friend, and then there were too many boys, so they needed some girl in the house. And then
yes.
So long story short, we have 2 girls and 2 boys, 4 cats.
All right.
Excellent. Good balance.
All right. Well, James, I know you have plans for tonight, and we do not want to keep you from the happiest place on earth. Did you want to do any final plugs or announcements about upcoming appearances? Anything that you want to talk about?
What am I doing? I'm doing GalaxyCon New Orleans in a couple weeks. We have D20.
Nice.
Yep. I will be around D23. So I have some new release stuff coming at D23. I have some huge new releases coming for San Diego. So Rocketeer, 100th year anniversary of Pooh Bear. What else? King Kong, Smokey Bear, all with Saturday Morning Cards, which is a new card collectible. Topps Disney Chrome, keep pulling those Disney cards. I am doing, if you guys go on my Instagram, I am doing signings on those cards now. So yeah, find me on my Instagram. That's where most of the new
Ben, do you think you'll go to GalaxyCon?
Oh yeah, so fun fact, I'm in Louisiana, so it's like an hour drive away to New Orleans for me.
Come on out to New Orleans.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. It depends if I have work or not. But
I
might not. I don't know. We'll see.
One day. Just
one day. That's fair. That is fair. And I'm also going to D23 as well. So.
Oh, amazing! And then we've got, and then in a couple weeks, I'm also doing I'm also doing doing an event in celebration where we've got an American Adventure release that I've got coming with the guys behind WDW News Today. So
perfect. All right.
Cool. So.
Well, James, thank you again very much for being on our show. This was a lot of fun. I had a great time. I hope you did too.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if I sound so stuffed up. Whatever's going on, I got hay fever going on right now.
Look, I'm stuffed up too, so you're not alone. You're not. I was like constantly coughing, like off camera, off frame. So
thank God for that cough button.
I know.
Again, I just really appreciate your time. I appreciate your stories. I hope our fans have gotten something out of this as well. And hey, have a wonderful time tonight.
Thanks, guys. I'll let you know how video pirate is.
Definitely.
Video pirate.
Keep us posted. And for those of you who are still watching and tuned in or listening later on, you definitely don't want to miss next week's episode on Tuesday, July 7th, the first Tuesday of the month. We are going to have some return visitors. For the first time on Main Gate Magic, we're actually going to have 3 special guests. We're going to have John Morris, the voice of Andy from Toy Story. We're going to have Mary Gibbs, the voice of Boo from Monsters, Inc. And we're going to have Emily Ricks on, who was the voice of Bonnie from Toy Story 3 and some of the shorts as well. So we're growing up Pixar next Tuesday. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have a great time. Make sure to tune in, tell your friends. And until then, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good night.
Ciao, guys. Thanks.
Bye-bye. This was fun. Thanks. Thank you for tuning in to another fun-filled episode of Main Gate Magic. We hope you enjoyed the show. It's been our pleasure bringing a little Disney magic into your life. Please remain seated while the show comes to a complete stop, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times. For more information about upcoming episodes, please make sure to follow, like, and subscribe on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. You are now free to exit the show. Please watch your step, and be sure to tune in next week for more Main Gate Magic. Bye-bye.